This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Wednesday, November the 16th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Thanks for being here on a non-game night. Tomorrow's also going to be a non-game night. So I just have a feeling that tonight might be a bit of a smaller stream, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. YouTube actually just rolled out a brand new feature called, I'm looking at it right now, it's called Live Q&A. So I'm going to try that for the second half of the show. I'm going to see if it's better or worse or exactly the same as what I usually do. But let's get to that when we get to that. For now, thank you for being here. Moderators, thank you in advance. I appreciate you. Members, legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks to all of you. And for everyone watching, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, Lower Mainland City, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. Thank you that I know you could be watching, doing anything else, but the fact that you are here with me, I appreciate you. And as Jaskrin says, and as he says so well, who wouldn't want to be here, Clay? That's a great question. And yes, GL Rebirth, I know if BOUDREAU'S does indeed get fired, I will have to remove him from my intro or just bleep out the part where he says head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, but I'm not sure how that would work. So, hey, everyone, thanks for being here, like I said. And while you're here, make sure that you subscribe so you can get active in the chat section. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like the video, like the fact that we are together, like the fact that we are hanging out, building the CCC, Clay's Canucks commentary community, and like the fact that the Canucks, the last time they played, they won a game beating the Buffalo Sabres 5-4. I appreciate you liking the video. It helps me out a lot. If you want to donate and get on the donation train, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to gift memberships or become a member, you are more than welcome to do so. But most importantly, I want you to be active in the chat, in the comments, and interacting with each other. As you know, I go for the first 10 or 15 minutes, then I do my mid-show sponsor read, and I throw it over to you for the second half of the show. And like I said, I'm going to try this new feature on here today. I have no clue what it is. We'll see if it's any good or if it sucks. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. As always, I appreciate it. Not a lot of Canucks news today. There was some talk yesterday that, and Justin, we got to get to this right away. Justin gifts one Canuck Clay membership. Thank you. It's basically the same as a $5 donation, but it's actually technically better than a $5 donation because it adds to the membership pool and maybe it convinces this person to become a member and stay a member after the free month. So let's give some love to Justin, and that membership goes to Nux fan. I don't think that's Nux fan number 29. I think there's a different Nux fan. So welcome Nux fan to the Clay's Canucks commentary community, the CCC. Clay's Canucks commentary community. We appreciate you, and welcome to the GLCPC as well. But no, you don't have to pay to get in the GLCPC. So glad you're here, and thank you once again, Justin. So there's some talk about last night that what were the Canucks going to do with regards to their head coach. And last night there was some rumors, even though the Canucks won the game, that it wasn't a rumor, it was a story that Rutherford actually met with Francesco Aquilini for 45 minutes out in Toronto. Aquilini, as we know, along with Rutherford and Alvin, they're all there for the Hockey Hall of Fame celebrations this past weekend. So while out there, no, Rutherford and Alvin did not meet with Bo Horvat's agent, Pat Morris, but they did meet with Francesco Aquilini for apparently a good 45-minute meeting. Now, we don't know what was said. There are rumors. I think it was Darren Drager, or someone else said, basically, ownership said, gave management full autonomy to, quote, fix it. It being what's happening to the Vancouver Canucks right now. So that was one thought was that ownership has given Rutherford and Alvin, full autonomy to do that. So whatever the fixing may be, we shall see. I put a poll. I'll end it right now. I put it at the start. I said, should the Canucks replace Bruce Boudreau? Whoops, I just almost destroyed my phone. It had 33 votes. So 69% of you said no, the Canucks should not replace Bruce Boudreau. And 30% of you said yes, they should. That only adds up to 99%. So I'm not sure where the 1% went missing, but that's okay. Basically, 2/3 of you saying no, Bruce Boudreau is not the problem. Now, I'm going to profile a couple potential coaches. I'm not saying that this is the way the Canucks are going to go, but there are two names. I know exactly, Base Crow. Where is that 1%? And I want to get to, some of your points. Some people are saying, well, like B. Presto saying, well, there's no point in replacing Boudreau now. Because what are you going to do? If you replace him, are you trying to then go on a winning streak like we did last year? And then for those of you that want a chance to get Connor Bedard or any of the good players, you in essence wreck your chances to have a higher chance in the draft lottery. Others are saying, well, what Francesco won't want to pay 3 coaches, but I think we can put that argument to bed, considering I believe it was Jim Rutherford who basically said that Aquilini has not said that to him, that he has the autonomy to go out and fire a coach and hire a new one as well. I loved Crow's math here. 69 plus 30 is 99 equals Gretzky confirmed as the next coach. The 1% is coming out of retirement and the Hall of Fame to be assistant. Actually, the one being Roberto Luongo. This is a great. Actually, I'm going to try this Q&A right now. I want to see if this works. I think if I ask the question, start a Q&A live. Oh, I asked the question, where is the missing 1%? Okay, I'm going to try this. Oh, weird. So in the chat now, if you toggle to, instead of top chat or live chat, if you go to questions, I typed in where is the missing 1%. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but yeah, I don't know what it looks like as a user. I was going to do this in the second back half of the show, but who cares? We're just going to try it now. It asked for another question. I don't get it. So I typed in where is the missing 1%, and then it asks us to ask something. What do you mean it asked you to ask something? Oh, you're supposed to ask something. You don't get to answer. Wait, this is so confusing. So someone explain to me. I typed in Q&A and I typed in where is the missing 1%. Do you see on your chat that it's a question from Canuck Clay? Or do you see a prompt saying, oh, that you can ask questions? Oh, weird. I see. And then can I highlight? Oh, weird. So I can actually... Okay, you guys, this is a little confusing. Can you see on YouTube then where I highlighted Crow saying it asks us to ask something? Or now I can highlight Peter's question saying, would you rather give Miller 7.8 or Horvat 7 times 8? Or you can see me say, Justin's question is where is the Hall of Fame? Interesting. Okay, you guys see it in the chat? Oh, what happens if I... Oh, I see. Oh, this is fascinating. So it kind of supersedes everything else, right? It asks for another question. It's like a pinned comment. So, and I'll get to your awesome donation in a second. So when I put up a question, it replaces the old question. Is that correct? So basically it's like a pinned comment. So right now, all you should see is Justin's question, where is the Hall of Fame? I don't think it shows that it's Justin's question, does it? It just shows... Okay, so this is this is probably not as good as if I use StreamYard. Because StreamYard, I can put your question up on the screen as opposed to in the chat. So I think this feature is good if you're not using a StreamYard or something that can show. Okay, last thing, and then I'll get to your donation, Lucas. Last thing. If I close. Oh, Sharm says if you tap on it, it says who asked it. Ah, very good. Now, if I close it, I just closed it on mine. And now, my original question went up. So if I say end Q&A. Oh, this is so confusing. I'm not convinced that I like it. But it's good if you're not using like a StreamYard or something. So let me figure out if I'm going to use that a little bit later. But right now, we have a new donation to the donation train. Choo choo! Thank you, Lucas. $10 donation, regardless of what happens with the Bruce and or the season. The GLCPC all the way. Thanks for being a positive vibe, Clay. Choo choo. Or as I like to say, choo choo. So let's give some love to Lucas in the chat. Thank you, Lucas, for starting the train off. Sharm says, have you ever tried this on Canucks After Dark? Well, no, it just got released this week. And we had Canucks After Dark on Monday, so we haven't tried it, but we also use this StreamYard for Canucks After Dark. I know when Parker uses his streams, he even uses a different app to get his questions on the screen. Justin says, I didn't see who the other questions were from unless you mentioned it. I did see your original question for you. Yes, Justin, apparently, as Sharm says, you can click on it, and then it'll show who the question is from. Clay, you can do anything cringy and still make it look good. That's great stuff. Well, I take that as a compliment. And the most cringy thing I may do, and I've done a lot of cringy things in my life, all you have to do is look up my memes or my music videos or basically just hang around me for a couple hours. It actually won't even take you a couple hours. You can ask, so who have I had? I know I'm going to start. I probably screwed up now. As soon as I start naming people, I'm going to miss someone. But people that I see here, I've hung around with C Edits. I've hung around with Lucas Gates. I've hung around with Coach Rob, with Shannon, with Justin Credible. So that's a few people already. I'm going to hopefully meet Peter at the game on Friday. Those are just some of the people that I've met before. I don't know if they think that I'm cringy. I'll let them comment. Chris Seifert I've also met and hung around with as well. But I certainly... Exactly, Sharms. That's right. If the Canucks win tomorrow night and they win on Monday night, then next week I will indeed do the gritty. Horrible dance and that I will make it look... And there you go. Justin says, we need 2 more wins Friday, Monday. The CCC wants to see the gritty. Said no one ever. So let me get back to what I was talking about. I've already jumped into your comments, which is fine. You guys are great. But, did I say tomorrow night? Yes, I mean Friday night. Exactly. Jason's a good sponsor, and I'll mention him in a couple of minutes. Peter says, Clay, you aren't cringy. Francesco is cringy. I better focus here. Let me talk for 3 or 4 minutes about what I was going to talk about. And then we will get to your questions. And not everyone wants the gritty. Jason says, warn me before the cringe. Darth Nutella says, I think I'll pass on the gritty. Well, that's going to be your loss, Nutella. And then Jaskarin says, can you do the gritty anyway? No, I don't do requests. The Canucks have to earn the gritty. And see it says, you aren't cringy. You are the charismatic Canuck Clay. CCC, I like that. Some would say the cool Canuck Clay, the cute. No one has ever said that. Rosero picked up the new retro, reverse retro. Nice. And Lucas, another contribution to the donation trade. Choo choo. Those chews are even getting more heartfelt as I go. Doing an NHL 23 franchise mode, LA Kings blew it completely off, jettisoned off all the overpay contracts, shot the Hawks, took on Doughty's contract. Well, why don't you do Vancouver? But that's fine, Lucas. Thank you very much for the donation once again. Okay, let me talk what I was going to talk about real quick, and then I'll go to the mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll get to your questions. Rick Tocchet. He's the first name that was mentioned. I've talked to a couple of you off the air about Rick Tocchet. We heard Darren Dreger mention Rick Tocchet's name. Rick Tocchet, when he played, he was very good. Let me show you some of his stats. So he played for the Flyers, and look at some of his points. Well, 39, 35, 49, 64, 81. So look here, he had an 81, a 96. That 81 had a 45 goals in a season, 71. Look at this one. Almost a 50-goal season for Rick Tocchet. 48 goals, 61 points. 61 assists, 109 points for the Pittsburgh Penguins in 92-93. That is awesome. And look, so basically from 84-85 all the way to his career, so about a 16, 17-year career, 952 points in 1144 games. You guys, that's really, really good. But look at his penalty minutes. 3,000 penalty minutes. 181, 284, 288, 299, 252. So Rick Tocchet was a very, very tough forward. What's his coaching record? Not as good. 19 wins with Tampa, 34 wins with Tampa, missed playoffs. Then 4 seasons with Arizona, only made the playoffs once. Went 4-5 in there. Does that make sense? Lost in the first round. 4-5. Oh, that must be in the bubble year. Yes, I was wondering how you get to 9 games in there. Shortened season playoffs, different format. But yeah, even in Arizona, he wasn't great. 29 wins, 39 wins, 33 wins in 70 games, and then 24 wins in the shortened season. So Rick Tocchet is not the strongest coach, and I think Nutella kind of says it well here. Tocchet was a decent player, but not sure how confident I am in his coaching record. So that's Rick Tocchet. So anytime you hear Rick Tocchet names, now you know kind of who we're talking about. Here is the other one. And the other one is Andrew Brunette. His name started to pop up a little bit today in circles. He's an assistant coach right now with the New Jersey Devils. He had a decent playing career as well, basically from 96-97 to 11-12, so 16 seasons as well. Not as prolific as Rick Tocchet, but pretty darn consistent. Once he got going, he was a 31, 50, 59, so his 69, 83. So here's his best season with the Colorado Avalanche, 06-07. Played in all 82 games, 27 goals, 56 assists, 83 points. A handful of penalty minutes, nothing too crazy, but he's not like he's not going to win a Lady Bing. But look at this, you guys. Look how impressive this is. Look at his games played, you guys. 77, 81, 77, 81, 82, 82, 82, 82. He went 5 straight seasons without missing a game. And then for all intents and purposes, 81 here and 80, then 80. Look at this. In this is unbelievable. I didn't know Brunette was so consistent, so durable. So he missed a total of 4, 5, 9, 10, 12, 4. He missed 16 games in 14 seasons. That is unbelievable. When you think about that, yeah, sure, we might not know he wasn't the most prolific scorer. His stats aren't, don't jump off the page at you. He was good, obviously. But he missed 16 games in 14 seasons, you guys. 13 seasons. That's unbelievable. We have players on our team that miss 16 games in one season. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say it, but Nintella says, whoa, that's better than Besser. Yeah, in 1 year. That's amazing when you think about it. So what did he do? Well, he only coached Florida to 51-win season in only 75 games. But then he got canned. He got canned maybe because they lost in the second round to Tampa, but then it was mostly because Paul Maurice became available. So Maurice becomes available, and then Andrew Brunette then only coaches 1 season. But look at that. That 1 season he coached was pretty darn impressive. Thank you, Carol, for using your membership message. Says Clay, what coach would you want to see replace Boudreau if it happens? Well, I like Barry Trotz, but as many people have said, Trotz is not ready to coach just yet. Some say he only wants to do an original 6 team. Rick Tocchet, will he want to leave TNT, his job there? I don't. From what I just saw now, I'd rather have Brunette over Tocchet, but Brunette obviously only has a bit of experience. I don't know. I actually don't know, Carol, who I would want as a coach for the Vancouver Canucks. I will need to think about that for sure. We're at the 21-minute mark, so we went a little bit over because I was playing around with that new Q&A function, which I'm not impressed is the best. So we'll kind of do it how we do it. I think it's a little bit better. So let me get to the middle, my mid-show sponsor read, and then we'll get to all of your comments. I want to give a shout out to my lead sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Thank you, Jason, for always being in these streams as well. And I think Jason and I are going to try and get together for lunch tomorrow. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. You can sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen, performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay, and Coach Patrick will contact you. Coach Patrick just had the birth of their second child, another boy, which is pretty exciting for him. So once again, that's Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the discount code CanuckClay at checkout at vessi.ca and receive $15 off every single pair of Vessi shoes that you buy. Another reminder to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, to like this video, to leave donations like Lucas has been doing, to gift memberships like Justin has been doing, and to most importantly, get commenting in the chat. I want to try and highlight and answer as many of these comments and questions as I can. I don't know where I was when I started doing all that, so I'm just going to start right here. Rosiero says, bring Burroughs in as coach. Well, you'd have to pry him away from his current coaching. Trot said he doesn't want to come to Vancouver. Oh, I didn't know he actually specifically said that. I just heard that he wanted to do an original 6. Clay, if someone came up to you and said, Canucks have to suffer like this for the rest of the season to fully secure Bedard, are you doing it? If it was a guarantee, yes. Actually, yes, I would. If it was a guarantee to get him. Yeah, Babcock's a good coach. I know some of his antics or some of his practices were not the practice how they run the team, but the way he does things were questioned. But overall, I think he's a very good coach as well. Where is Alain Vigneault right now? Everyone's asking about him. I liked him a lot, but he kind of... Yeah, what's he doing right now? Yeah, I guess he is available. I don't get why people do the Lotto Simulator. Bettman doesn't control that and rig that. 17th or 32nd, the odds. Canucks winning first overall Bettman charge is 0%. So, Justin, do you subscribe? Are you a conspiracy theory guy? What are your keys to victory against the Kings on Friday? Good special teams, good offense, good defense, good goaltending. You can usually say that about the 4 things, but truly, you need all aspects of your team to be going well. Trot said original 6 or Nashville. Very good. Thank you, Japan 4. Jaskrin says, obviously, it's defense. Defense. Lucas, I like Lucas how he does different types of donations. Sometimes he does the $10 yellow. This one, I think this might be a super chat or a super something, but another addition to the donation train. Choo choo. Thank you, Lucas, for the $2.79. AV is a free agent. He is available. If Besser has another tough season, if you're management, what do you do with him? His value isn't high right now. Yeah. So that's the tough thing. You might say, well, let's trade him. He's not doing anything, but you're not going to get much for trading him because he's not doing anything. You got to play him. You got to increase his value first. I think Clay could make a great coach for this team. Nothing would go wrong in the dressing room with positivity. Yeah, we might have the best attitudes in the league, but I don't know how much of a strategist I am. But thank you, Charms. I do think I could motivate people quite well. Keys to the victory, playing 60 minutes, not taking the third off, or being outshot 15-5. All 3 great points, Justin. Thoughts on Quinn Hughes this season? He's been great. Quietly, I think he's got 14 points in 12 games or something like that. He's been good, but from an offensive standpoint, defense, he's been okay. He's certainly not the biggest of our concerns, and I just want him to stay healthy. Was Edler's hit on McDavid tonight clean or no? Oh, this is a really good point. Some angles, it looks like Edler drags his right leg. Other angles, they say he doesn't change his trajectory, and it's McDavid trying to jump through. With anything, obviously Oilers fans think it's dirty, Kings fans and other fans thinks it's clean. I think it's not perfect either way. I think there's a bit of dirtiness, not intent to injure dirty, But you want to slow the guy down, and then I think McDavid could have tried to avoid it a bit better. But even me saying that, it's so tough to say because things like that happen so fast. Harry, and good question, but anything when it comes to would the Canucks do this trade, it really depends on how much they have to give up. It's kind of a bad answer, but it's so true. Bedard is going to poop his pants when he sees Tyler Myers. Just kidding, he's going to hit him like how Cocofield trucked him. Yes, that's right. Torts replaced AV. Funny, 2 former Canucks players, coaches, I should say. What's the original 6? Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens, New York Rangers, Chicago Blackhawks, Boston Bruins, and Detroit Red Wings. The first 6 teams in the league. Clay, that's the best and key answer. Offense, defense, goaltending, special teams. Oh, and there, Lucas answered it right there as well. Clay, if you were the coach and you motivated JT Miller, his F-bombs would take over and easy work for you. Yeah, something tells me that me and JT Miller just, I'm a good guy, he's a good guy, but I'm not convinced that we would hit it off completely. If you were Boudreau, would you just stay off social media or watch any sports right now, at least for sanity? He seems like the type that could handle it because I know he's a student of the game and he likes to watch a lot of games. So I'm not sure that's completely possible for him. I don't know why Trotz would want to go to Chicago at this point. Yeah, fair enough. Why Vancouver didn't get in the 96-7 expansion class was because Montreal and Toronto didn't want to split the Canadian market 3 ways. Did not know that. That's good to know. Would it not be better just to get rid of Besser and his contract to re-sign Bo no matter what you get for him? Yeah, but even a team won't want to take Besser in a $6.7 million contract or whatever without attaching sweeteners. And how much you want to give up, though? On 650, they were discussing that Besser's ceiling might be what he is now, a 25-30 goal scorer and a complimentary winger. Doesn't necessarily drive play on his own. Yeah, I can see that because how long are we going to wait? He's almost like regressed since... And I know like Thomas Drance and others really, really like him. His underlying numbers are decent, but the production isn't there right now. And you're not paying him $7 million a year just to get an assist here and there. Not a big fan of Carlisle, admittedly. Zal, thanks for asking. Yeah, the Christmas lights, we kind of cheat. We keep them up throughout the year. We just don't light them up. So I only had to hang up a few icicles and stuff. But as I'm in better shape than I was a couple years ago, I can much more easily get in and out of the house. But thank you for asking. Is Willie D available? Sure, Ricky. You go find out. Have I ever had an interaction with JT Miller? Charms, great question. No, he's a very, very... just at one of the golf tournaments, he was actually making fun of Nikolai Goldobin. It was pretty funny. But no, I haven't actually had a really good conversation with JT Miller. He's one of the few players where I haven't had a good... And he wasn't on my side of the course this year at the golf tourney. So do fun fact, when Buffalo beat us, that was our 6 in a 6-game losing streak. When we beat them, that was their 6th in a 7-game losing streak. Yeah, so whenever Vancouver and Buffalo meet, that means one team is on a bad losing streak. No, we don't want Willie back. Claude Julien, I heard that a little bit back in the day. Canucks going to trade Miller to Colorado, but only for Eric Johnson. He has 1 year left of his contract. Basically, a cap dump. Miller did say before he wanted to be traded, he'd like to go there. Yeah, don't see that happening, but that's a good point. Need trades, not coaches. Myers is a must for me. Too many mistakes and that contract. Yeah, going to be tough to get rid of for sure. Carol, so sweet, so nicely asked. Please press the like button. The Prime Minister, Lester Pearson, and the city revolted at the NHL for denying Vancouver. The league relented and said, fine, you win, and that's why he entered in the second wave. Good history lesson. Who has the higher position, Rutherford or Alvin? Rutherford. Rutherford is the president, Alvin is the GM. So Rutherford has the higher position. What are your thoughts on Riley Stillman so far? I do not think he's been very good, Harry. I'd rather fire Rutherford and Alvin before Boudreau. Yeah, we don't hear a lot about Alvin, do we? Because he doesn't talk to the media that much. The numbers don't do Besser any favors either, though. Expected goals at for and against are the worst in the league. That is bad, then. Japan says Besser is soft. Yes, I know you're a big fan of him and his public skating. Which Canuck have you had the most interaction with? Currently, probably Bo. talked to him a lot. I've talked to his dad. His dad watches my videos, which is pretty cool. I had a few interactions with Brock, a few with Petey and Hughes, although not as lengthy. Who else? Had a good. You guys know I had a really good interaction with Spencer Martin at the golf tournament this year. Really, I had a long talk with Travis Dermott, but I'd say Bo I've had the most interaction with. If he wanted to be traded, he'd like to go there. I couldn't find that in my comment. Fit that. Oh, if he wanted to be traded, you're talking about Miller. Gotcha. Do I think coaching change will make a difference to the end of the season? I think if they make a change now, you might get a small bump, but not a big one. Who knows if Canucks go to major streak, Bruce stays. We'll see. Or maybe they have their mind made up already. Would I make Smeal president of Hockey Ops? Yep. I'd consider that. He bleeds Canucks colors for sure. Am I getting a reverse retro? Likely not. I like it, but not enough to spend that much money on it. We could have landed the Oakland Seals before we got the expansion. Very good. I thought best route Kuzmenko was way better on power play 1. Yeah, he was more noticeable for sure. He actually scored goals. Myers is fragile. I can't keep defending him. I love him, but the season is really making me mad. Do you remember watching Brunette's play? He was a Canucks killer. Yes, I saw you make an earlier comment about that. He was a very good player for sure. Would I take a 4th rounder for Besser? At this point, I would. Nah, that's a little low. Besser would be a star if he was the Ice Capades. That's pretty charming. One thing I don't like is when players do bad. It's like, are we going to fire every coach we hire now? Yeah, but it's easier to fire one coach than it is to trade 20 players. Besser to Penguins, he'll score 40. Cleveland Seals and then merge in Minnesota North Stars. Very good. I think the LA game is big for Bruce. What he is really telling point of his tenure here. Can't read tonight. Yeah, maybe. Do you think Canucks will move Riley Stillman during the season? I hope not. I mean, yes, to make space, but you gave up Dickinson in a second to get him. So I don't know if his contract ends this year or next year. They might simply let him walk at the end of the year because you're not going to get anything for him. Oh, Stillman has one more year after this at 1.35. Was Linden right all along? Sure looks like it. Horvat and a prospect for Barzal. Barzal's contract gives Canucks extra year of flexibility at 7, but Horvat provides Al's goal scoring top line. Yeah, what is wrong with Barzal this year? 0 goals. That is crazy. Maybe he needs a change of scenery. Horvat and a prospect for Barzal. I don't know. I don't know if I do that though. You're going to the LA game? Me too. 60-second. That's awesome. Do you think the assistant coaches need to go? I don't know. I actually can't tell like what they do or how much they're contributing to how bad we are. That's a really good question. Whether it's King, Cull, or Mike Yeo. Right now, would you take the Canucks or Kraken roster? Kraken roster doesn't have Oyel Myers, Ferland Puma. Yeah, they have Shane Wright, Matty Beniers. But they don't have a PD or Hughes. I don't know. They seem to have more flexibility though. Oh gosh. That's a good point. I don't know. I still like the potential, the high-end potential of the Canucks players, though. Okay, you shouldn't go to the game anymore. 5 out of the 6 teams from 67 survive. Very good. Canucks are 2-1. Okay, well then you should go to more games. JT for Barzal. I think you want more. How good would Marino look on this decor right now? Very good. I think Demko's not himself this year. He's not doing as well as last year. I'm hoping that Demko's not hiding an injury. I hope so too. Well, on one hand, you kind of hope he's injured, not because you want him hurt, but then it'll explain why he's playing so badly. This is a tough one. Jason misses Brad Shaw. Jason says the coaching staff is junk. Get Mike Gillis back. Josh Rosen pays for a 20-goal season. Give him Brock. Yeah, 3 goals and Brock has 0. Could we see the Canucks change up the training staff? I don't think that makes much of a difference, Harry. Give Shen Myers a $6 million. Okay, everyone's trading everyone's money now. Lucas says that Gillis is done in the HL. Coach Rob, they've never lost when I've been at a game. How many games have you been to, Coach Rob? I do think you're right. Shannon Demko is definitely not himself. I wonder if he's going through some family dynamics. Never thought about that, actually. That's true. That is very true. And yes, Shen is indeed off to a great start. Jaskarin Sidhu says Canucks are 1-1-1. Okay, that's exactly 500. What values does Myers have? Not a lot. I think you're getting maybe a second or third, maybe, for him, because he is a top 4D, but his contract, no, maybe you don't even get that much, which is really tough. 4 since 1982. Awesome. Keep going. Time for a fin extension if we're talking contract. Sure, let's re-sign him. Coach Rob to go to another game. Yes, we got to get him there for sure. Demmer is going through stuff, physically or mentally, Jaskrin. Myers and OEL for a box of Timbits. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Well, we're slowly going up. We're at 90 people, and I'm trying to end in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Do I think William Lockwood is a full-time NHLer? Yeah, I answered this last night too, Harry. That's a good question. Not convinced yet. He showed signs of it last night, but I need to see more of it on a consistent basis. Myers went to Vancouver since he has family nearby, maybe a trade within the division. Yeah, that might do him good, but I don't think you ever want to trade within your division mentally, I think. Well, Jasper, you gotta be more clear. If it's mental, you gotta say that, not say I think, because that's important. That's an important distinction. Horvat already has 14 goals. You see him reaching 20 before 30. He's got 14 in 6-17. Yeah, using that math, he should be able to. Myers might need a sweetener for teams. I agree with you, Jeff, for sure. I wish Pat Quinn was alive. He would have done well with this group. I love Pat Quinn. Shannon's been doing it for years. 66 games played, 17 points. Myers, 82 games played, 18 points. Yikes. I have a video idea for you to react to funny mascot moments. Okay, that's not bad, fangirl. That's not bad. Timbit's got to go to Shannon's from that OEL Myers trade. Is there a stream on Friday? No. I'll be at the game, Jay, and I don't stream on Fridays and Saturdays. Got to take a little bit of a break. What position you are in about the state of the team? TANK or go for it still? I will never advocate for TANKing because there's no guarantee. I know there's 3 or 4 superstars in this draft. I just think that disrespects the people in the locker room. So I'm of the mind of go out, try and win, and just see what happens. I know. I get where that isn't the best way to build. I get that. I can't wait to go to my first game on the 21st against the Kraken. Nice. Hopefully you can remain undefeated against Demko. What do you mean against Demko? Tell me what that means. No problem, Sienna. It's nice to see you. Has Horvat checked out of Vancouver? No way. Well, his play hasn't shown as much. No, don't apologize, Jasper. You saw rumors that he's going through things. Okay. Where are those rumors from? They're not trading Myers in our division. Brian, they are going through the McDavid and Edler's hit on him on... Oh, what are they saying about it? I think the hockey guy should be our next coach. He'd be good. Could I see JT Miller hitting 100 points by the end of the season? I don't, Harry. I think he'll wind up between 80 and 85. Pat Quinn was great, but the late 90s was not good for him or the Canucks. That's true. I meant against the Kraken. Okay. Don't worry. Your brain's farting. I'm saying silly things. That's what happens when it's 11:40 at night. So I think now's a good time for me to wrap up. Thank you to everyone who is here tonight. Got to do some studying now before a full day of work. So moderators, thank you. It looks like you didn't have to do too much tonight, and that's a good thing. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang. Thanks to all of you for your support, and thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. You can always become a member of the CCC Crew by pressing join, the join button underneath any of my videos or in the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Thank you as well to everyone who donated to the donation train. I think it was Lucas. There's another one. It was mostly Lucas, and it was also a membership gifting from Justin. So thanks to both of you, and thanks to anyone who became members that was Nucks fan, and anyone who subscribed tonight during the stream. Also, thank you. If you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And thank you to my sponsors, my lead sponsor, Fan City Experts Real Estate and Jason Lim, and my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss. I see one more donation come in before I leave. Another addition to the donation train. Choo choo! Carol with $10. Clay, I really think that Demko is illegal or is going through major depression or some family drama. I wish him all the best in the next few games. You're a big part of this team. Go, then go, Demko. I agree with all of you. I just don't know what you mean by saying Demko is illegal. But the rest of it, I agree with Carol. And more importantly, Thank you for your generous donation. Okay, friends, as always, I'll be back tomorrow night. We won't have a game to talk about, but at least we'll have some practice lines and deep pairings to talk about. Maybe some more clarity on the coaching situation, and we will go from there. So I hope to see you tomorrow night, 11 p.m. right here, same time, same place, same channel. So as always, thanks for being here. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to. Leave a donation if you'd like to. And continue to leave comments down below if you'd like to. I hope to see you tomorrow night. But before then, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And today at work, my boss threatened to fire the employee with the worst posture. I have a hunch it might be me. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.